Howdy humans, I've got a pride flag, and it's just out of the closet. So today's video is actually going to be talking about how I came out to my family and to everybody and basically the coming out thing, cause Thursday's coming out day. Hey! We're actually going to do this going along with this song that I wrote because it kind of has to do with me coming out entirely because that song kind of like helped me not necessarily come out, but helped me explain once I came out how exactly I was feeling. So let's go. So we're gonna look at my fancy nerd book. That is my songbook. That's the TARDIS from Doctor Who. If y'all are Whovians, love it. Basically, my song cage is very thing that helps me explain to my parents how I was basically how my life is. Because sometimes when they don't understand basically what you're going through, it's hard for them to sympathize with you. If they don't really understand, they're less likely to help in a way. So for me coming out, it comes with a lot of anxiety, and I think my first verse of the song really reflects that, because it's like, walking around in a crowd, are they staring at me? What do I do now? It's all falling down. I feel as though I can hardly breathe. A lot of that is just, did people know? Because a lot of people actually did know. They just didn't say anything, which, thank the Lord. I would have, gotten really, really, scared if they actually said something to me. But, I came out to my friends before I came out to my parents. I came out to my mom and dad about liking girls a good year and a half after I, came to terms with it. And, so that was, the very, very beginning of sophomore year. It was actually on coming out day 2 years ago. So, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, on coming out day 2 years ago, on October 11th, I came out to my mom, at least, about liking girls. And I was just like, hey, I'm just into girls. Yeah. I didn't know if I was, a lesbian or, bisexual, but, I knew I liked girls and I was into a chick, so I was like, I need to tell her. So, yeah, there was that. And then, about half a year later, 2 years later, very end of sophomore year, I finally decided to come out about being transgender, because, we were, past the fact that, I was into girls. I felt, a little more comfortable that I could, share some of myself, but it was very difficult because I didn't know how they would react, because, being gay is one thing. Being trans, some people totally dismiss the issue, and so a lot of my thing was, are they gonna, kick me out? What are they gonna do? It being it all goes south when I try to open up to anyone. It all goes south when they find out who I really am. Sometimes it just feels like people don't understand, and what you gotta reiterate is basically that you're traveling in this cage, which I basically plainly write. The pain follows wherever you go. It's not just in certain places. At home I still feel uncomfortable because I just do in my own body, which is not okay. My own voice, it got to the point I wasn't singing for a while because I just couldn't bring myself to do it because my voice was so high pitched and it just wasn't me. And then how I wish it would change so I could be who I am as a whole, because for me particularly, being transgender, I have to go through at least a year of hormone therapy in order to get top surgery or inquire about it, and then I also have to legally change my name, but I need my parents' permission to do that. It took me a year and a half to get my parents to approve hormone therapy. It took me a year and a half to convince them. It took me pleading, me writing a song that was so pain-filled that they just understood, me crying constantly, just all the breakdowns, just because I couldn't handle it. And so, it almost seems like sometimes people don't understand until it's your absolute worst. But a lot of me coming out basically, was through this song. Some people didn't know, and I just, posted it on social media, and I was like, surprise! I'm a boy. But a lot of what it is basically coming out is not the most easy task, and it's easy for some people, but it's a lot more difficult for others. And for me, it was easy to come out as like gay, so to speak, rather than trans. And me coming out as trans was basically where I realized who were the real friends, family, like who loved me for who I am, because a lot of things have happened since then. And basically me coming out basically made my life very different. But it made it better in a way, because I now know who like loves me for me, and I can actually be myself, because I am so much happier being myself when, like, even though some relationships have been butchered in a way, just make sure it's safe, that you won't get kicked out, and like that you have a backup plan if you need it, that you're very sure of yourself, and that you know that you're valid no matter what people have to say about you. That you definitely are who you are. Nobody can tell you otherwise. So basically, like, me coming out, I knew. Like, I just, hands down, just was like, I'm a boy. So that's basically it. Sorry, this is a very long video. Hopefully you watched the whole thing. Maybe not. It's okay if you didn't, because it's kind of long. But a lot of this video is me rambling on about how the whole coming out process was, and how lots of things were for me. And hopefully you have a good experience in coming out, and if it's not a good experience, know that you are valid, and that nothing can ever change the fact that you're you, and nobody can change who you are. So, like all circles, we must keep going, and I'll keep going till my next video, and I'll see you guys next time.